If you're disappointed at this point that nobody has died, I think you can expect that someone probably will. Welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday, and we've got an item over here, but also a trainer over here. So let's actually start with the battle. There's this guy here who is asking a small child whether he wants to battle. You know, that is... I mean, I guess it's just normal in this world. But, like, the degree to which adults and kids interact in the Pokemon world is slightly higher than ours, I would think. Because, you know, you've got... You know, in our world, they tell you, hey, don't talk to strangers, but literally you can make a living doing that as a child in the Pokemon world. Because, you know, you just battle them and then take their money. And they also tend to have more money than the kids do, so it's actually beneficial to talk to strange adults. What a strange, strange world the Pokemon world is. Let's go ahead and grab whatever we need. I am going to, for the most part, I'm probably going to save the Shroodle. That's a Shroodle. Let's kill it. Nope. Does your Pokedex get updated for... Okay, it does. For auto battling, is what I was asking. I feel like I was talking about something and then forgot it. Anyway, it's fine. Let's see. Although, actually, it's funny because I watched a video a while back, and this probably shouldn't surprise anyone. I watched a video about Pokemon. Specifically, it was a game theory video about, you know, a channel from the, or a video from the channel Game Theorists, you know, with Matt Pat and all that. And he was talking about how viable it was to actually make a living as a Pokemon trainer. The answer is not actually that viable, because you'd have to do a lot of battles in one day to actually make a day's worth of living. Because you got to think about it, right? The Poke, as I call it, the currency in the game is roughly equivalent to a yen. So, you know, a cent for us non-Japanese folk. Kill the Pichu. It's roughly equivalent to a cent. So when you get like 300 for battling a kid, you know, beating up his little squirrel, that's like $3. You've made $3 for, you know, arguably, like, I mean, depending on whether you're talking about the games or the show, anywhere from like 5 to 30 minutes of work. And that's not a lot. That's not a lot, really. Well and truly, that is not a lot of money. It gets a little better once you get up to the higher level trainers. But, okay, I already fought you, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I didn't see a glow on him. I thought they glowed when you didn't battle him. When you haven't battled him. But yeah, it's in higher level battles, yeah, but the thing is, most people aren't higher level trainers, so yeah, it'd be potentially kind of tough, you know? It'd be a little tough to make a living as a Pokemon trainer. But I will say, the income that I'm getting in this game from Pokemon battling is definitely higher than the income I had as a kid, you know, when I was 10 to 13 years old. So, it's arguably still better than the real world. because you can't really get a job as a kid in most countries in this world. So, you know, income's limited. Fight me. Fight me. Yes. Battle me. Home sweet. Okay, so Poison Tail. Hit it. Hit it. Good. Easy win. I think a poison type is surprisingly useful in this part of the game. So there's a lot of grass types and a lot of fairy types, which are literally the only two things that poison's good against. I mean, defensively, poison's a good type because it means you can't get poisoned, specifically with toxic, because, well, specifically it's even better in the case of toxic, because toxic is a powerful move. When used correctly, I should say. You can't just fling it out randomly and expect to win. What does my rival have again? Sprigatito. So actually, yeah, Toxooper should be able to handle Nemona just fine. And there's a fucking bug in the way. Get out of here, Scatterbug. Nobody asked you to be here. Alright. Did I check whether Cheerio has any other moves to learn? I don't think so. I think I got distracted. Pack and Pound. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let's heal. And I think we're going to go ahead and move on with this here game. Because I think we've pretty much explored everything. Did you know? I did. I'm not going to do it, but I did know that. Yeah. So I think if I just take a peek over the hill here, maybe get up on a high point. I think we got everything that we can get around here. Yeah. So let's head over to this gate here, huh? Sorry, there's a tickle in my throat. Anywho. Yes, okay, time to skip some dialogue. You know, I wish the, it's nice that they have an option to skip cutscenes in the settings menu, but it would be nice if they had an, option to essentially enable a button prompt to skip cutscenes, like a lot of games do, where it's like, oh, press minus to skip the cutscene. Because maybe I don't want to skip the cutscene if it seems important, you know? Not that these are really cutscenes, I guess, these moments where she's like, oh, let's battle. But, you know, skipping through text faster would be nice. Poison Tail! Oh no, you tail whipped me. Oh no. What will I do? Oh right, I already chose Poison Tail. You really work your type matchups, I can tell how badly. Yeah, well, I mean, I also kind of knew going in what you would be using, so thanks to Scout. Ah yes, okay, so Pommy is the one I was expecting. And this is the battle where she introduces the new mechanic. The new battle mechanic for this game. Which, frankly, I haven't gotten too far into this game, but not super impressed. Like, it looks kind of goofy. And battle-wise, it's like, Okay, you change your type maybe, and also you get your stab moves. Wait, what? Oh, she tried to use a electric move on me. Your stab moves get stronger, and you potentially change type, which is, I mean, I think the most interesting part about it is that you can only use it once per trip to the Pokemon Center, which is a new thing. They never really had a mechanic like that in a Pokemon game, aside from, you know, PP. So, that's kind of interesting. But that's, I think, maybe the most interesting thing about it. I don't know. I'll have to see more of it to really get an idea of how I feel about it. But also thank you for the revives that I won't use. Because I can't use them because they're just not useful in a Nuzlocke site type of situation. I guess technically this isn't a Nuzlocke, because a Nuzlocke has two basic rules. It's if a Pokemon dies, or faints, it dies, and you can only catch one Pokemon per area. Which I'm only following one of those rules. The other one has been heavily modified. Skip. Okay, I do have to talk a bit about this place because I don't like it. I don't like Mesagoza. The biggest thing that I don't like about it is that it's very big, but like 80% of the shops are like the same 4 shops. Okay, that's where the hair salon is. Cool. But yeah, you'll see, like, you see how those 3 buildings had like the same storefront? Yeah, those are the same shop. And every shop that looks like that is the same shop. So yeah, it's disappointing. Because if we think about previous Pokemon games, when it came to cities like this, there were lots of buildings you could go into, you know? And I could understand why maybe they wouldn't have done that in this game. Again, the biggest reason I think is because this game was rushed out to market. But like, I'm thinking of, and maybe some people didn't like this, but in a scenario like this, I think of things like, I think it was Castelia City in 5th gen, where it was just this huge ass city where you could go into pretty much every building. Like, watch. I can't. It's nothing. This door is not, this building is just here to be an obstacle, basically. That's kind of lame. But in something like Castelia City, it was, you could just run around. You could just run around and you could go in buildings and you could talk to people, and sometimes they give you stuff. That's the other thing that I found strange about this game so far, is none of the NPCs have given me anything except for Nemona. And I guess Mr. Clavel. So, yeah, that's a little strange. So far, it's, maybe that'll change later in the game, but so far it's made the game feel like very, very cold. You know, like, it feels like, it feels more realistic in a way, in that it feels like the people just kind of standing around in town or going about their business don't actually care about you. And like, you know, there's this general sense of goodwill that's missing, I would say, in this game so far. And of course, why would they care about you? You're just some random student. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It makes the game feel a little less personal, you know? But it's fine. We are... Oh, it's okay. Again, these are... I'm still very early in the game. It's possible that this stuff changes later. I don't know. But it is very strange and a bit unfortunate that they haven't really done that yet. They haven't done that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's one of the fun things about RPGs is just going around talking to people and not knowing who's going to give you just some random thing that could be very helpful in the future. Right? That little surprise. You know, I think there's a lot of people out there who undervalue surprise. And I don't want to get into the whole spoilers discussion, but that's a big part of my opinion, is that surprise is a valid being surprised, you know, enjoying being surprised is valid, I think. So the fact that this game so far, aside from like the overall mechanics, hasn't really had those little surprises is slightly disappointing. But again, I could be speaking too soon. Who knows? Just run across this battlefield here. No, there wasn't anything over here. It's times like these where I kind of wish I had something like an eidetic memory, you know? Photographic memory, as people often call it. I think eidetic is even better than photographic, but... just because, like, you know, I've been through here once already as Scout, but I don't remember exactly where all the items are. Got a sense for it, but ultimately it would be convenient if I could just watch my footage back, which I mean I can, but I'm not gonna. If I could just watch my footage back before I play through a section of the game. Whoops, did not mean to talk to you, Bronzong, but hello. Nice to see you. Yeah. Effectively, it means I have to run through the same area twice. You know, whatever. I'm certainly not a speedrunner when it comes to these games. So. And I wonder if there are any, because, you know, people like to chat about how many bugs there are in this game. I wonder if there are any that would actually let you get through the game faster. Because that is, I used to think, when it came to speedrunning, I used to think like, oh man, using glitches, that's kind of lame. But now I have an appreciation for it. And you know what? I'll probably still have an appreciation for it next time. Because, as for this episode, that's a wrap. kind of got caught up in a thought there.